everyone, welcome to another reading. My name is Kaylee. Okay, so I am not sure. This is a mystery. This reading is a mystery, and it's kind of strange because this is one of those where I've tried to film it a few different times, and a few different things have happened. And at first, I was like, I just didn't know what the reading was meant to be. I knew I was supposed to sit down, and I knew I was supposed to turn the camera on, but I'm like, is this supposed to be Reiki? Is this supposed to be, because I felt Reiki flowing through me, but then when I tried to do a Reiki session, it didn't feel right. I'm like, that doesn't feel right. I tried to do a reading, and I'm like, that doesn't feel right either. That reading didn't feel right. I turned it off. I tried something else. It still didn't feel right. And I'm like, what is this supposed to be? It's starting to feel more like this feels right. I'm getting the right signal, but so far I haven't said anything. So I don't know why this is, I don't know. This is confusing. I guess I guess I usually I get some sort of indication of what the message is before I sit down, but for this one, they didn't want me to know. It was like it was a surprise. Okay, ooh, maybe that's part of the message. Is there a surprise? Ooh, maybe someone's about to surprise you with something. I don't know. Are you gonna surprise someone? I don't know. Maybe you're surprising someone. Either someone's going to surprise you or you're planning a surprise. Like, you would know if you were planning a surprise for someone. I'm getting like, okay. But I think for most of you here, someone else is planning to surprise you. Or it's like, I don't know, maybe you're even planning to surprise each other. Maybe it's something where like you're planning a surprise and somebody else is actually planning a surprise too and you don't know about it, and maybe you guys are going to surprise each other and you're going to be surprised because you didn't know the other person was I don't know. But there's something, yeah, it's like either someone's going to surprise you or there's a surprise though of some sort. Maybe they're not even planning to do it on purpose. Like, maybe they're not even going to try to surprise you, but something they're going to reveal is going to surprise you. I'm getting it's like a good surprise though. Also, I'm getting someone really, really thinks you're attractive. Like, there is someone who has a huge crush on you. That's what, okay, I just got, yeah, okay, I'm getting the energy now. Maybe that's the surprise. Maybe you're going to tell someone maybe the surprise is like, maybe you're both trying to figure out how to tell each other that you have a crush on each other or something, or it's going to be like a surprise because you were planning to tell someone you had a crush on them, and then you're going to find out they were trying to figure out how to tell you they had a crush on you. Or it's like, I don't know, or even if they weren't planning to tell you, you're going to be like, maybe you're going to be surprised to find out that they've had a crush on you for a really long time. Like, maybe you didn't know. Or if it's not, I am getting like, there is definitely something about a mutual crush here for some of you. If it's not that, it just might be someone who is like a secretive, excuse me, is like a secretive. Why can't I tell? Oh, that's part of it. My voice has been fine all day. Yeah, it's like someone is scared to say something, or maybe they've felt blocked for a while, or maybe you have. I don't know. Like, um, hmm, I just know. Yeah, so maybe this is someone who's had a crush on you for a while, but it doesn't have to be the case for all of you. But I'm getting there's something about a crush. Like, someone's gonna reveal that they have a crush on you, or you are, and then someone else, maybe the person you're gonna tell, is gonna, tell you that they have a crush on you too. I don't know, but I'm getting it's like a good thing. This feels good. So like whatever's going on here, I think it's gonna be reciprocated. Like, I think it's gonna be a mutual thing. So if this is someone you don't know yet, that's like a secret admirer, I'm getting you're gonna be happy about it. Um, when they do tell you that they have, like, whoever this is, I'm getting you're gonna be interested, or you're gonna like the person that has a crush on you. So that's nice. That's always nice when that happens. Okay. And I'm hearing yeah, before I turned on the camera, I heard a dog barking. like right there. And that doesn't usually happen. And I thought, okay, this feels kind of like a somebody wants to reach out, someone who's maybe this person even has kind of like a golden retriever sort of personality, or like is bubbly, or very sweet and like happy and cheerful and just like fun to be around. That could be their personality, maybe. Um, doesn't have to be, but usually when I hear dogs or that sort of energy comes through, it's a very like kind of sweet and um, loyal and happy, kind of like happy-go-lucky, lighthearted energy. So maybe they might be like that, um, like cuddly and affectionate, and um, wants to make they might put a lot of effort to, like, maybe they might be planning something for you too. That could be the case. Like they're planning. Well, I did mention the surprise. Maybe they're actually gonna confess. I don't know. Like maybe they're gonna tell you they have a crush on you, or like reveal their feelings in a very creative way, or like something that they put a lot of effort into, or I don't know, or something really cute. But I think it might be more than just like saying, "Hey, I have a crush on you." Like they might plan. I don't know. I don't know what it'll be. Probably we're not going to get details because again, we don't want to like ruin the whole surprise. But I'm getting something like that might be happening for you. If this message finds you, yeah, like there might be something. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay, that's nice. All right. So, we're going to get some pistachios here and see what else comes out. I'm interested to see if it's going to like confirm what I've just picked up on. Yeah, I was hearing a cardinal too, and a lot of times those are signs of when I see those, I think those are usually signs of again, like devotion or a good match. Usually when I've seen them, a lot of times it's, oh, this is magic slash manifestation. So for some of you, you've been trying to okay. So for some of you, this is someone you've been trying to manifest, okay? Like you wanted this to happen and it's happening. So whether it's a specific person or not, like maybe you've just been trying to manifest your future spouse or manifest like a good relationship. And maybe you've been, focusing on what you're looking for in a relationship, or I don't know, whatever you've been trying to manifest though, this could be your manifestation coming in. Okay. So that's, I don't know if it's focusing. I don't know if you can see the words, but anyway, magic slash manifestation is what it says. All right. So that's exciting. I'm getting there is something like magical. Yeah, again, well, if it's a manifestation, that is kind of magical, but yeah, it's like there's something that feels very magical about this. Maybe something they're going to do, maybe something about the surprise is kind of whimsical or magical or feels otherworldly somehow, or there's something about like, I don't know, but it feels like, I don't know, like magical or romantic. Something like maybe something out of maybe it is something kind of like out of a fairy tale for some of you. I don't know what this person's planning, but I'm liking this so far. Oh, okay. Well, we've got a dollar sign here, so I guess this person is putting some money into whatever this is. That's what I'm getting from this. Also also manifestation and the money sign. So I'm getting as an extra sign or an extra message. Some of you are about to manifest some money that you're going to be really happy about. So if you've been trying for that, I'm getting that looks positive. It's like, it looks like that's coming in. So if you're not interested in love, for some of you here, it might be like instead of love, you might be trying to manifest money. And I'm getting, yes, that's coming for you. Although for some of you, it might be all of this. It might be like you have someone who has a crush on you. You've got a nice manifestation coming in love, and you have some, you're manifesting money too at the same time. Like something good is, for some of you, maybe this person does have money, But for others of you, I'm getting it's like you're manifesting money and also love at the same time. So just take what resonates because it honestly though, this reading's kind of feel I'm seeing Mr. Darcy. I'm seeing Mr. Darcy like at the end of Pride and Prejudice, like walking through the field, you know, like in the at dawn with the mist around, like the fog and like that whole I don't know. It's kind of dramatic. I don't know. Like is your Mr. Darcy's coming into your life? I don't know. There's something again, there's like that fairy tale or like that romance novel or romance. I don't know. There's something about that. Yeah, I was hearing classic. Maybe some of you are into classic romances, or maybe you really like that movie too. So that could be an extra, like a confirmation or something for you. But um, yeah, I'm just seeing this like Mr. Darcy is like coming across the like I'm just seeing like everything's coming in for you basically because I'm seeing Mr. Darcy, but like he also hands you like a winning lottery ticket at the same time. It's like you've got the love, you've got Mr. Darcy, you've got your everything that you've wanted, and on top of it, it's like oh yeah, and also here's your own fortune. Like yes, he has a fortune, but also would you like one of your own? Like it's yours. I don't know. I'm just getting it's like you don't even need his money because you have your own money, or it's like I mean it's nice that he has money too, but it's like you don't need it and you don't have to rely on someone. I don't know, it's like you could if you wanted, but also you have your I don't know, it just feels like it's just I'm just getting it's like raining blessings for whoever. Who is this for? I mean I'm happy for you and also horribly jealous all at once. No, I'm kidding. This is why I do these readings because I want to get. I mean, I'm always happy when I get things like this for people. I don't know, but it feels like it's your moment. Okay, this is like your time. This is your moment, and I'm getting for a lot of you. You've been waiting for this for a while. And maybe you keep getting readings saying, "Oh, something good's coming," and then it doesn't come. Well, and I don't know. I hope this won't be that for you again. But I'm getting if you do keep getting those messages, it really is the truth. That's what I'm getting. It's like it's not a lie. It's not like, "Oh, I keep getting excited and then it never happens and that must mean these things aren't real." I just get excited for nothing. No, you keep getting those messages because they are legit. You are on that path. You are on track for these things to happen for you. It's just timing is not always what we wish it would be, but it will come. That's what I'm getting. Like, you need to understand. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You have free will, but someone's guide is coming through saying, like, I need you to understand this is real. This is legit. This will happen for you. We are not just, I'm hearing blowing smoke up your ass. I don't know. I know that's blunt, but that's what's coming through. They're saying we're not just doing that. We're not just getting you excited for nothing. We're not just telling you lies. They're saying we're not telling you lies. This will happen for you. It's just a matter of when, but they're saying it will happen, even if it takes years, which I know that can be very frustrating to hear. Trust me, I understand. I have had manifestations take a very long time. I have met people in dreams that I didn't meet in person for over a decade. Like, I have had things, like when I dreamt, sometimes I dream of people before I meet them. Usually, I think it's when someone is part of my soul family, like when they're one of my soulmates, because we can have more than one soulmate. And we can have different types of soulmates. Some people think of soulmate as like that. There's just one person that you're like destined to be with, and nowadays, at least most people in the spiritual community, they tend to give a different term to that. Usually, that's more like a divine counterpart sort of thing. Um, but the terms don't really matter that much, but basically we can have more than one person that's like part of our soul family, or what we would call soulmates. But usually these are souls that you have shared a past life with, at least one past life, where you've known each other before, or at least, a soul that has a lot of things in common with you, where you guys have very similar shared experiences. You've had similar experiences either in this lifetime or past lifetimes, And yeah, so basically you get along really well and you feel very close. It's very easy and natural for you guys to feel close because you're very, very similar. Anyway, usually when I dream of people before I meet them, it's because someone's part of my soul family. And, soul family members, soulmates, they can end up being romantic partners or they can end up being friends or, other types of family members. It could be any sort of connection. But um, anyway, usually when I dream of someone before I meet them, it's because they're part of my soul family um, or I have some other sort of soul contract with someone, like some sort of karmic thing to work out from a past life, or there's just some other sort of soul contract that I meant to help them with something, and they are meant to help. Sometimes it's like in the past it's been like a growth thing or like a closure thing. There are many different reasons, but it's always something that's sort of like meant to be, like a divinely sort something divinely orchestrated usually. It's not just like a casual, oh hey, I just met this person. Let's see if we get along. We could talk to each other and just see if we get to know each other. It's like when I dream of someone beforehand, I definitely know that person's meant to be in my life for some very important purpose, or again, someone that I'm meant to have in my life lifelong, but it's definitely a big thing, like a significant thing when that happens. And I'm saying all of this about my own thing because I feel like this applies to the people I'm reading for. Like this might happen to you, or if you have had this experience, it is because, again, someone is part of your soul family, or they are, or you have some sort of a soul contract with them, or something like that. Oh, when I say soul contract, in case you're not familiar with that term, it's thought, and I believe this, that we as souls, we kind of choose. We plan things out before we incarnate, at least certain things we plan out. And sometimes those plans include other people that we want to meet, like specific people, and like specific experiences, like specific events that we want to experience with those people, or like specific things that we want to act out, that we want to do with those people. So, whether it's like something we did in a past life and we want to like try it again, like play through the same scene, so to speak, but hoping this time we're going to get it right, or it's going to have the ending that we wanted it to have for the first time, or at least better than we played it through the first time. It's like things like that will happen basically. So there are several different reasons people can decide they want to experience things before they incarnate, and why they choose who they do, and like what it I'm not going to get into like the whole thing, but basically you choose these experiences sometimes, and so that's like what a soul contract is. A lot of times it's just like something that was planned ahead of time. You agreed with this other soul that you guys would have this experience, that you would meet, and that this thing would happen basically. And sometimes it's pretty quick before I meet them, but other times it takes a really long time. And it's like I have formed um bonds with people. Like I see them in meditation and in dreams and stuff, and I have met people like this happens. This really does happen. This is real. This is not just like fantasy. This stuff really happens. Like not to everyone maybe, but it definitely happens. It's happened to me more than once. So I know this happens. People will tell you you can't dream of people's faces like any fate. You can't dream of a face that you haven't seen in real life. That's not true. Maybe it's true for some people, but it's not true across the board. I have done it multiple times, and I know other people who've done it too. I mean, they also are more psychic, so that might have something to do with it. But everybody has some sort of latent psychic ability, and you can develop these things. And so I'm just saying it's possible. It's always possible. And this stuff does happen for people. So if you have, I don't know, maybe some of you actually, maybe this is someone like you did dream. Oh, for some of you, this is someone you dreamt of. Like this is about to happen for you. Where like, maybe you dreamt of someone before you met them, and maybe you started to think maybe this person isn't even real. Like, because I did that. I was thinking for years, it'd been years, and I kept dreaming of like the same person.
Well, actually, at first I wasn't sure because I thought like if they felt like the same person, but and they talked to me like they were the same person, like we had, met before in like we would pick up the same conversations and stuff that we had had in past dream. Like I had like whole conversations with this person and yeah, but they kind of looked a little bit different, but now I know that was just that's they were just changing over time, like they did look different at different times. So,
And I've done this a couple times, and like I still don't know who this person is to me exactly, but like I know they're an important person in my life, and I just thought like I started thinking maybe I just made them up, or maybe they were an angel or something.
I mean, I did think like I hoped they were a real like incarnated person and like I had a sense that they were, but then it had, after it happened for so long and I didn't meet anybody, I just like sometimes I would think, there was like a little bit of doubt and I thought, oh, maybe I did make this up or, like maybe this is where again, they aren't incarnated. Maybe this is like a spirit guide or an angel or something or someone I knew in the past, but maybe they're not incarnated with me now.
Like I didn't know, and then one day, boom, like they're real. They're a real person. They really exist. Like, and like at first I was so freaked out because like well, I wasn't really freaked out. Like, I was mostly just really happy, but I was also in shock, and I kind of didn't believe it at first. Like, I kind of tried to push it away. Like, well, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to get too, like, because I was just so shocked because it'd been so many years. And I thought, like, I kind of tried to, like, I talked to them, but I just kind of thought, okay, I don't want to, I, how, it's just kind of like, I can't believe this is really happening. And then, um, I tried to kind of, like I didn't even really quite believe it at first, but then there were so many things that, like, the more I got to know about this person, I was like, there were some things that were like, they were literally in some of the conversations that we had. And I was just like, holy freaking, like, there were so many freaking signs. I don't think I've ever had the universe give me this many signs about, like, it was so clear to me that they were saying, yeah, no, this is the person, this is definitely the person that you were dreaming about, like that you've gotten to know through. That's the same person. And I was like, oh my God, like it's just crazy. And like sometimes I'll meet people and they will have like a sense that we have like met before, or that we knew each other in a past life, or they will actually remember a dream where they thought they met someone like me. But so sometimes it'll be like mutual, but other times it's like a person, it's like their spirit or their part of their consciousness has been visiting me, or like has met me in dreams, or like on the astral plane, or however you want to, whatever words you want to give to it. But basically we've like met before, our spirits have met, our consciousness, part of our consciousness knows each other, but their conscious self, like their human, incarnated, like they might not be consciously aware of it. So I've had both of those things happen where like I'm the only one that remembers them, or is like aware of the connection, and then other times, it seems like the other person is too, or at least like has some sense. So I wasn't really sure how that was, like I'm never sure how that's going to go in a connection. And I just wanted to mention that because for some of you here, if you are going to have some sort of connection like this, when you meet the person, they might not be, consciously aware that this sort of thing has happened. Like maybe you had a dream of them before you met, or you feel like you knew them, but they might not have any awareness of this. And that doesn't mean they're not your person. That doesn't mean you guys weren't, it doesn't mean that your experience wasn't real. It just means that they're not consciously aware of it. It's like it was a part of their consciousness, a part of their spirit that has met you. But again, they might not be aware of it. So just be aware of that. And, I think that's kind of nice to know ahead of time so that it's not like surprising. But sometimes the other person does know about it or does have a sense. And, that's always really magical when that happens. But it doesn't always happen like that. Like for years, when I was so sick, like this person, it was the same person would come and visit me and tell me I was going to be okay. And like, um, they're a real person. Like, it was, it made me so happy. Like, so maybe something like that is going to happen for you where like it's so meaningful to you because you literally dreamt of this person, or maybe you've been maybe you even had something like that happen where you've dreamt of the same person so many times, and maybe this person is your person. Like maybe this is a love interest for you, like a romance for you, you know, like maybe this is your forever person, and they're coming in, like this manifestation is happening. If they're not your forever person, this still could be like a very significant relationship of some sort for you. For some of you, if you're not interested in romance, this could even be like a pet, because I'm also thinking about how I've had this happen with my pets, where my one dog, she came to me. I had a dream, then an angel handed me a puppy like a year before I met her in person. I had a dream that an angel brought me a puppy and said, "This is your dog." And excuse me, told me her gender and told me what breed she was. She was a German Shepherd mix, and she looked like a Rottweiler. And, you know, they said, "This is going to be your dog." And I was like, I can't have a dog. Because at that time, I rented in a place where I wasn't allowed to have any pets. And so I was like, I'm not going to be able to, you know, so I didn't think anything of it. When I woke up, I was like, wow, that was oddly vivid. So I wrote it down because anytime an angel comes to me in a dream, it's usually significant. So I'm like, well, I should at least write it down. But I'm like, maybe this is like far in the future because I can't have a dog right now. So like a year later, after that, a dog runs in front of my car in the park. And, you know, the rest is. Oh, yeah. And when we took her to the vet, because she was a stray, so, you know, we took her to see if she had a chip or anything like that and to get her checked out and everything. And when we did that, they told us that, they told us like what they estimated her age to be. And she would have been, based on what they told us, she would have been about the same age she was in that dream that I had, like when the angel gave me the puppy. She would have been about the same age she was in that dream at the time that I had the dream. So, like, even that fit, even that detail was right. It's like that would have been the age she would have been. Like, she would have been a puppy about that age when I had that dream. So, it was just, even that fit. It basically, the landlord ended up letting us keep her, even though that was I didn't think that was going to happen. And sure enough, everything worked out. And like she was like an angel in my life, and she saved my life more than once. And basically, you know, she was like, you know, we had a very close bond. And um, anyway, so these beautiful things can happen. And we tend to focus a lot on the romance, but there are other types of connections that can touch our hearts in profound ways and be really beautiful experiences and magical experiences too. So for some of you, I'm getting this could be like a pet. Maybe you're going to have an experience like that with a pet or something that's like an angel uh, in your life, you know, or you're going to have a really close bond, or it's just going to be a really beautiful thing. Like, uh, yeah, I'm just getting something like that though. Uh, some sort of beautiful love experience that is magical, feels magical, is manifesting for you. And again, if it's not happening right now, it's going to happen. Just know it's going to happen. You're getting these messages for a reason. Unless you like flat out reject it and say, no, I don't want to manifest anything nice in my life. Get that love away from me. Get the magic away from me. I don't know. Like if you want to shove it away, I guess, and you do it enough, I guess maybe you could eventually manage to block your blessings from coming to you. But I'm getting at this point, you'd have to work really freaking hard, because I'm just getting this is coming to you. If you're getting these readings, it's because you're on track for that. That is meant to happen in your life. You're meant for a beautiful, magical romance or a beautiful, magical, loving experience, whatever that is for you. If you're not interested in romance, then again, it's some other sort of magical love, but it's love, you know, and it's beautiful and it's meaningful. and it's magical and it's gorgeous and it's gonna happen. It will happen. I'm telling you, it will happen. I'm feeling kind of aggressive about it. Like someone really needed to hear that. Like it's not bullshit. I'm telling you, I thought it was bullshit for 14. Well, I didn't know if it was for sure. I hoped, like I had these beautiful dreams and I like, like I'd hoped, these different things. Like in the beginning when I would have dreams like this, like with my dog, I didn't think that was going to happen, but it did. And that took a year. And this with some other people I've met, it's taken several years, like many years. And then for the one person, it was like 14 freaking years. And I was like, so sometimes these things take time, but that doesn't mean it's bullshit. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It does happen. These things are real. This really happens. I'm telling you, it does. There was a time I doubted. And I was like shocked as hell. And I was like, how the frick is this happening? But it happens. It just does. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm just, I guess what I already did. Okay. Letter Q. I don't know, something about Queen Anne maybe, or Queen Anne's lace, or like maybe that plant. Maybe you just saw that plant, or saw something about Queen Anne. I don't know, but that's something. Or like a monarch butterfly, or maybe you just saw a caterpillar. I'm also getting maybe some of you have recently been through a transformation, or you're going through a transformation right now. I feel like it's getting so dark. Maybe I should turn on this other light. Hang on, guys, because it's getting, like, it just feels very dark. I'm not sure if I'm going to like the light, but I might just get back up and I might just have to get back up and turn it back off again. I don't know. Does this look better? It's okay. I mean, this isn't like the best camera anyway, but I think it's gonna work. I think I like the more light. Okay, so sorry, I keep fidgeting with this because it's like I just don't like anything. I like looser clothes. I don't know. I felt like dressing up today, but now I'm like, ugh, I'm like fidgeting like a 5-year-old. I'm like, I don't like it. I just want my loose clothes back. Okay, here we go. Come on, okay, focus. Maybe you're like that too. I don't know. Some of you might resonate with that. It's like when I'm reading, especially, and I'm channeling energy, and I'm like, I just want to feel comfy. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Fire. I don't know if it's focusing again, but anyway, it says fire. So some of you might be a fire sign, or this person might be a fire sign. Sun, moon, or rising. The fire signs, in case you don't know, are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So yeah, but I'm also getting like this is going to be a fiery, like maybe you guys are going to have, there's going to be a lot of chemistry, a lot of passion, a lot of fire. Yeah, a lot of heat, because now I'm getting really warm. So, or maybe you might meet this person in like a fire sign month. That's a possibility too. Like you might meet them during Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo season or something. Yeah, that could be the case for some of you, but again, not for all of you. Yeah, I'm hearing the chemistry is off the charts. So if some of you were worried about that, or you were like, I'm concerned that there's, I don't know, maybe you were worried that there wasn't going to be a lot of attraction or something, but I'm getting, yeah, there will be. So that's definitely a part of this connection for sure. If this is a romantic connection for you, because for some of you, I was getting, you might be connecting with like a friend or a pet, and you're not interested in romance. So again, since it's a group reading, just disregard that particular part of the message if that doesn't resonate for you. Okay, encouragement. I don't. It's still. I don't think it's gonna probably. I don't know why I'm even bothering showing you. It's probably not gonna be. It's probably not gonna show up well. Anyway, but it says encouragement. Yeah. So like, I just again, I think they wanted. I feel like this is a confirmation for me that that was the right thing for me to do to like encourage you guys and tell you like this is gonna happen. These readings, these aren't just like a bunch. Again, this is not. These are not. Yeah, I'm just getting like these are not just like um delulu fantasies that don't happen to anyone. You know, like this stuff does happen. I'm telling you, it has happened to me, and I am not lying to you. If it can happen to me, it can happen for you. It is not. I'm just telling you guys, I have been through some shit in my life. I was homeless at one point. I was starving, literally. I had almost no help. I thought I was never, I didn't think I was going to survive. And I don't want to get, I don't know, but this is what's coming through, so I'm feeling called to share. I don't usually do this, but it was dark. I had to leave a really bad situation, and I was terrified, and I was chronically ill. I still have a chronic illness that I have to manage, but I'm way healthier now than I was, and I had to do most of that healing on my own because I didn't have any help. And at one point, I couldn't access medical care because I was too poor and they wouldn't treat me. Okay? It was grim for me. It is pretty much a miracle that I'm here right now. And when I was at my sickest, I had dreams of this person, and they're a real person. This happens. This stuff is real. Okay? Miracles happen. These magical connections happen. It's like, just know that if you feel in your heart that there's someone out there for you, whether it's romance or some other sort of connection, or whether you feel maybe you haven't started manifesting yet, maybe you don't have a connection with anyone like this yet, and but maybe you like would like to try, or you're like maybe there is someone out there, or maybe I could try to manifest someone, um or like maybe I could ask the universe like please match me up with someone, like is there a match for me? um Pray to your angels, pray to God, pray to your higher power or whoever you believe in, or pray to the universe maybe, or just, just stick your psychic feelers out, or stretch your energy out and just like see. Open yourself up and ask for your perfect match to be sent to you, or for the person that would be best for you, or for like a connection that would be incredibly fulfilling, that would be everything you're hoping to experience, whatever way you want to describe it, whatever connection you're looking for, you can ask for that. Or if you don't like the concept of asking, then you could try like setting a conscious, setting an intention, like declaring your intention to find this person and to align with this person, ask to be connected with their spirit. And um and I'm just getting, you will be connected with someone. You will start connecting with a person that's out there that wants to meet you, and you guys will start getting closer together, and you will manifest meeting each other. If you want to do that, you can do that. You can do that with more than one person. Again, whatever type of connection you want, but you can go about doing things this way. You can say universe, God, spirit, source, divine creator, again, whichever name you give to it, or whatever deity you pray to. Could you please bring me together? Could you please match me up with someone? Like, I want to feel this way. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel happy. I want to have a magical experience. Please bring me together with someone that I could have that experience with, that will make me really happy, that will fill me with joy, where we would be good for each other, it would be a beautiful experience to connect with each other. Again, whatever kind of connection you want, and ask for that, and then be open to who they connect you with. again, be like, open yourself up. Say, I'm open to meet this person. Um, please bring us together. You can do stuff like that. And I know, at least in my experience, um, it has worked more than once. Again, with multiple different types of connections. So there are forces of the universe out there that want to help you to enjoy your life. This stuff is real. And again, I think we live in such a, sometimes it's so easy to feel like jaded and
Pessimistic and sarcastic.
just think all of this is ridiculous, but it's not. It's not at all. Um, you just have to be open and then and then believe in it, and not give up hope, and not close yourself off to it. I mean, sometimes, even I had moments where I was like, yeah, it's probably not real. Like, I probably just made this up to help me cope with the horrible things that were going on, Like, I probably just.
So you don't have to be perfect all the time in order for a manifestation to happen for you. Like, you don't have to always keep up perfect hope or like keep the faith at every single moment or never have like a moment of doubt, because I know sometimes when people get into manifestation, there's like this pressure, this thought that like you have to believe in it with your whole heart at all times and like never ever doubt and never have like a moment of like feeling disappointed or frustrated or, like it doesn't have to be perfect. I had my moments of doubt too, and stuff still happened for me. At least in my experience or in what I've observed, I think the most important thing is that like at your core, or at least like overall, you don't give up. Like you keep coming back to the place of like, I'm going to keep believing, or I'm not going to completely shut this out. At least don't completely shut it out. At least stay open to it, and keep some hope there. I think that's the most important thing. And if you can feel that as much as possible, I do think that's helpful. And I just think that I honestly just think that makes your life better overall when you can feel that way. But anyway.
I need you to know this is real. Like, someone out there really needs to know this. Like, and nothing is set in stone. Nothing is like guaranteed about exactly how everything will play out. But like, this stuff can happen. And I'm getting, if you're in this reading, if this found you, it found you for a reason. And it's to tell you this can happen. It does happen. And I'm not selling you anything. I mean, yeah, there are some ads on this reading, but you don't have to do anything with those, And I'm not trying to sell you a course. I'm not trying to get you to buy something so that I can.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I think that people who are trying to teach, I think there are people with good intentions that are actually trying to help people. And I feel like they should be compensated for the work that they're doing. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with selling those sorts of things. But I want you to know that that's not what this is. This is literally genuinely me. I just want, because sometimes it's like, even though there's nothing wrong with that, there are some people that do that just for the money. And sometimes it's hard to tell which one is which. And sometimes it ends up feeling like a scam, or like the only people saying these things are people trying to sell something. So I just wanted to let you know, like, that's not what I'm doing here. This is me just sharing this story because I genuinely just want you to know that this is out there so that someone like me from the past knows that this can happen for them. And so to help boost your faith, to help you not give up hope, basically. Because I appreciated the people who did that for me back in the day, and there weren't a lot, there actually, yeah, I think, there really wasn't, I don't think there was anyone for, now that I think about it, like, I don't actually think I had anything to hold on to that anyone else's story I knew was true now that I think about it. So anyway, I guess I'm just trying to be the person maybe that I wish I had back in the day. So anyway.
tell you that this is real. Like, I'm not telling you this is real so you'll pay me money, is basically what I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you my very personal story because it's real. And I want you to know that, because there was a time I almost gave up. And I'm really glad I didn't. And I feel like I'm supposed to help someone else not give up too. Magic's real. The divine is real. Beautiful, loving experiences that are like, and just like supernatural type experiences can happen for you. Or you wouldn't be here right now. This would not have found you. I believe that. And again, it might take a while. Again, it's taken me a while for a lot of things, you know? And there are still some things I have yet to manifest that my guides have told me are going to happen for me someday. And I'm like, some days I'm still like, yeah, right, you know? Because I'm like, how would this ever happen? But they've helped. But other things have happened that I never thought would happen either. So, you know, I just think it's important to stay open. Don't wait for anything, you know? Don't just sit there being like, oh, I hope it would, you know, like, what am I supposed to do while I'm waiting for this thing? Again, it's important to live your life, because if I just sat there and waited, like, you know, maybe I never would have met half the people I have. If I just sat there being like, oh, I hope I'm going to meet them, you know, like, I had to go live my life and do other things and find other passions and, you know, pursue things, and have other interests and think about other things other than just, you know, healing was one of my focuses, obviously. And, you know, I was having these psychic, you know, I have clairs, and I had them since I was a child. And, you know, so I explored mysticism and spirituality and doing all that stuff. And there were also other hobbies that I had, and, you know, just, you know, life stuff. Like, I had many focuses, you know, and, and that, through living my life, that's how you line up with things like this, with opportunities like this. So it's very important. I'm just saying, I feel like most of you watching this, I don't think probably many of you are just like sitting around pining for someone, you know, being like, I can't, you know, like waiting for to find them in order for your life to start. But if you are struggling with that, I just want to say it really is important to have other focuses. It really is important to be enjoying your life and having other passions in your life, not just solely focusing on having a romantic connection or whatever kind of connection this is. Because I'm getting, it's like they're going to find you when you're already, usually the energy of you living your life and doing other things. It's just important, basically, because again, you could be waiting a while. I do feel like for a lot of you in this group, it actually is going to happen soon for you. So it might not be a while. I feel like this reading will probably find you if it's pretty close for you. But I still think the advice, though, my recommendation is still the same. Maybe someone doesn't want to hear this. Well, it just is what it is, though. Because if I just sat there, first of all, might not have made it to the point where I am right now. Maybe I never would have made it long enough to meet half the people I have. But also, like, you don't want to waste your life. You don't want to waste this precious life that you have just because the romance or the beautiful friendship, the magical thing isn't here yet. Just know that it will come. And maybe also you might want to try asking your spirit guides for like other things that spark your passion, that are exciting for you, that you really enjoy, that really like light your fire, that make you feel excited about life, like a hobby or again some sort of interest. Though maybe ask them to bring you something like that in the meantime if you can't find your person right away, you know, or again whatever connection you're looking for, and just say, in the meantime, could you please bring me something to like that I will enjoy, that I can get excited about, that I can feel passionate about in the meantime, you know. And again, you will receive, then just open yourself up and you will receive guidance. If you're open to it, you will receive guidance from the universe, from your higher power, from your spirit team. To they will try to help bring you something. They will try to help, they will like start showing you options. Again, it might not be like the first thing that you see, but you'll start noticing that they start bringing you signs, or they're starting to try to lead you and guide you, or show you different ideas and be like, what do you think about this one? What about that? You know, like they will start, if you notice, like if you pay attention, you'll start noticing that. And then you will find something. Um, and it might even be in the process of pursuing this other passion that you might connect, you know, with your person, or again, friend, or whatever connection, a pet, or whatever connection it is, you know. It's like, because I was so in love with the park I was driving through, and I went through the park so often, that's how my dog found me, you know. Like that's what I was doing ran into when I ran into Tessie Tessa. So that was her name. So um anyway, hopefully this is helpful in some way. We have higher power here. So yeah, your higher power is with you for sure. They are going to help you with all of your manifestations. If you are working on I really feel like this is for people who either are actively manifesting right now, you have been trying to manifest, or you're going to do that, or again, it's like it's just going to come to you because you were praying for it, or you know, but in some way you asked a higher power, or you asked the universe, you asked the divine for help in meeting someone, you know, or having a beautiful magical connection, and or money, because that was also there too. And I'm just getting, they are helping you with that for sure. Excuse me, I just keep confirmation keep burping so much in this group. There's so much energy flowing through in this reading. um Excuse me. Okay, we have the letter S. So that could be someone's initial, could either be your initial, or maybe the person um, that's going to confess feelings for you, or you know that you're manifesting. Yeah, I'm hearing what I seek is seeking me. So yeah, again, just know there is someone. Um, this is I haven't seen this movie since I was like a kid. There Something's coming through. I'm not even sure if this is right. I'm not sure if I'm remembering it correctly, but I'm hearing somewhere out there. Mm-hmm. I don't know what someone's thinking of me. I don't know if those are the words, but I'm seeing, what is that from? It's from a kids movie. I know I watched this movie when I was okay, there I know it's something about mice. There was like a mouse. Is it Fievel? Like something about five. I think the mouse's name, I think it was a mouse named Fievel. I think that was his name. Or
Yeah, okay, I found it. The movie is called An American Tail, and it was released in 1986. So 1986 could be significant to someone here. That could be like your birth year, or so that could be a sign or synchronicity for someone. Or maybe that movie is significant to you.
there was like a scene, I think he was looking up at the stars and he was like singing about someone, where someone was singing about someone else being out there, and maybe you're looking at the same star or something. But I'm just getting like there's something romantic like that happening though. For some of you, it might be literally that maybe you might want to do that as part of your manifestation, or maybe you have before, where you've looked up at the night sky and you've looked at the stars and you've thought to yourself things like, I wonder if they're looking at the same stars right now, or something like. And I'm getting that that's true. Like sometimes you guys have done that, or you will, where like at the same time you were looking at like the same constellation or something like that has happened. You guys have like aligned in so many ways that you might get to find out about later. I don't know, but there's just something so cool about this. Okay, we have the letter T. Um, Saint Saint something maybe because we have Saint. I heard Saint Lucia, but it could also be Saint Augustine is coming through too, or something about Florida for some of you. But there could be like a some sort of saint might have something to do with this connection. Maybe there's a saint that's actually helping you, like what is one of your guides maybe, or is helping to bring this connection together. Sometimes there are things that have to happen in our lives before we can align with certain people too. It's like if the connection had happened earlier, it wouldn't have been right. Like it would have fallen apart or something. It's like you wouldn't have been in the right state, or this other person wouldn't have been in the right state. It's like you guys had to cook for a while, or you had to, mature, or you had to go through some other experiences. Sometimes there are like karmic things, like contracts that we have with other people, or there are other things that need to play out in our lives before we're ready for the right for certain connections. So sometimes that's why it takes longer. Sometimes we have, again, we have like other contracts, other soul contracts with people, things we need to play out, things we need to heal, or things that we need to, I don't know, just experience and become ourselves, the version of ourselves we're meant to be in when we meet this person. And again, a lot of times that's a process that can't be rushed. So it just kind of is what it is. That's why it's important to focus on just living your life, putting one foot in front of the other, and being like, what can I focus on right now? Again, asking the universe, like, please bring me, what can I focus on that will bring me joy right now? And maybe one of those things is imagining your future person. If it brings you joy to think about your future person, then go ahead and do that. Tell yourself you are connected to them right now, because that is the truth. You are connected. First of all, everything is connected in spirit. Everything is connected. Separation is an illusion. We are all connected to the divine and each other and everything at all times. That's hard for a lot of people to wrap their heads around, but it is true. Everything is connected. And so you are connected to them. Basically, you can connect with your future spouse. You can connect with your future best friend. You can connect with your future pet, or whatever beautiful love connection you want to have in your life. Because again, we can have so many beautiful connections in our life. It doesn't just have to be a romantic partner. You can connect with those people in spirit. You can. They're already with you in your heart. That's true. That's not just like a silly, sweet sounding fake thing. That's true. It really is. I believe that. And again, I've seen that. Because there was a time I was skeptical too. There really was. Like, it's not like I've always, in every moment, been like airy fairy believing in all of this stuff. Like, I had some very hard things to go through. And a lot of my family members did not believe this stuff. This was very like looked down upon stuff. So it's not like I had clairs from the time I was young, but I was not, that was not like an accepted thing. So I repressed like a lot of things that, and wasn't able to explore certain things until I, like, my late teenage years. So, and I also had past life, anyway, I don't want to get into my entire story, but basically I was skeptical at a point too. And I think that's okay. I think it's important sometimes to be able to keep, stay grounded to some degree, keep one foot in reality, because we do live here in the physical, we live in this matrix, we live in this setting, we live in a physical human body on this planet at this time, so it's like, it's important to be able to still interface with that and, be part of that. But at the same time, this other stuff is real too. It's this is all happening too, you know? So it's anyway, I forget where I was going with where was I going with that? I forgot. I forget how I started here. This is how channeling works for me sometimes. And yeah. So anyway, though, if you want to connect with them, right, I remember where I was going with that. If you want to connect with them, you can. And if that brings you joy and it brings you joy to listen to this type of reading and remind yourself, yes, you are connected to them. Yes, they are coming. Yes, this will happen to you at some point. We don't know exactly when, but it is going to happen. If that makes you feel good to remember, hey, this is already happening. Like this will happen. It's inevitable. It will happen for me. And that feels good to you, then do that and connect to them in spirit or connect to them in meditation. Or, you know, you can do things like this. Connect to them just by feeling it in your heart space and sending that love out wherever they are. You can do things like that, you know, if you want to, if that feels good. But if not, if it causes you stress or pain and you find yourself feeling like you're like longing and like it's painful and you're like, oh, you know, like it never happens for me. Is it ever going to happen? And you're feeling like upset that it's not happening yet and that you're not in a relationship yet and all that stuff. If you are feeling pain when you think about those things, then it might be best to just detach from just to try not to think about it right now and again like to focus on something else and maybe not watch love readings anymore for a while if it's causing you stress. um, Again, if it's just making you feel worse, then that's probably not the right course of action. It's probably best to shift your focus to other things that you could be doing in your life, at least for now, because the release slash let go pistachio came out for, so they're saying for some of you it is important to like just try to let it go, try to not focus too much on it, because it's just causing you pain and it doesn't need to, because that's um, it's going to happen for you. And feeling pain that it's not here yet isn't helping it come to you faster, you know, and it's not helping you enjoy your life in the present anymore. Um, so, you know, just try to release. And I'm getting also try to release your attachment to how it happens and the timing in which it happens. Because it will happen. It's like the universe is helping to align this at the it'll happen when it happens basically is what I'm getting. So because it's kind of like back 14 years. Okay, like let's just use the longest connection, the one that's taken the most time so far, although there are other manifestations that I'm looking forward to that still haven't happened yet, so that will probably be those will end up being the longest ones if they do happen in the future, which I think they will because the other ones have, but it's so hard to believe certain things will happen. So it's like, who knows? But like, it probably, I guess maybe it will. But anyway, we'll just use the longest one that I've had so far as an example. So if I told myself like 14 years ago, yes, you're gonna like 14 years ago me, that yeah, I was going to meet this person, but it was going to take 14 years, I would be like, what? Like, I would have been so upset because I'm like, wait, you're telling me, first of all, you're telling me this, you know, I mean, I think I would have just kind of like glossed right over the fact that like this is a real person and, you know, like I'm going to get to meet this actual person someday. It would be like, um, you know, I probably would have glossed over that and been like, what? Wait, I'm sorry. What you're telling, what are you saying? Like, it's going to take 14. I think I just would have laser focused on that 14 years and been like, that is so long. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, what am I even supposed to do? Like, I, I don't know. Like, I think that just would have bothered me, even though I could have told myself, like, well, yeah, but you're also going to meet other people and like, there's other stuff in your life. And, you know, I think I just would have been upset though. I would have been like, you know, so I think that's why a lot of times in these readings, they don't want to give you timelines because in reality, in some ways it's like that 14 years flew by in some ways, and but if I told myself then, I would have been upset. So I think that's why they don't want to tell you, because like I think it would have like given me a feeling of like, um I don't know, but like it wouldn't have been, it just would have put me in the wrong frame of mind that wasn't going to help me at all with anything. um I think, they so I think that's why the advice usually is to try to release the attachment to outcome, how it happens and when it happens. Because again, it will happen when it happens, when it's the right time for it to happen. And even though it might seem like it's such a long ways away, maybe it will never happen, it will happen. And I'm getting, when it does happen, you will be glad that it didn't happen sooner for some reason, or it will feel like it is the right time. For some of you, though, I am getting, it is going to happen really fast. For some of you, you're finding this like right as it's going to happen for you. Like it literally is right about to happen. Or for you, or it could happen at any moment, like it's imminent. Or at least they want you to at least be open that it could at any time. But for others of you, it's like that energy might help bring it in to feel like it's already happening. Sometimes that it does help bring manifestations into being when you can feel like it's literally happening right now. If you can assume the state of it already having manifested, that can help magnetize things to you. But if you can't get there, that's okay too. It's still on its way to you. And it will happen at the right time. So you don't have to stress about like making sure you hit the mark. Make sure you're like always feeling like it's going to happen right now. You don't have to try to force anything. If you can feel that way, great. If you can't, that's okay. Just try to release it, detach, not worry too much about it. Just know you're living your life. It is on its way to you, and it will happen at the perfect time. And just, again, ask for other things to come into your life that will bring you joy, passion, things like that, and then focus on those things. And focus on self improvement or whatever else brings you fulfillment and is good for you overall, for your overall enjoyment of your life, and longevity and all that good stuff. Um, and then things will come into alignment. Things will come together. Did I show you it? I don't remember. But again, you probably can't see it anyway, but that's what it says. Release, let go. And also, I just wanted to say, I know that's easier said than done. Easier said than done sometimes. Like, again, I would have been really, um, there were other things too that I had to wait a long time to manifest. That if they had told me it was going to take that long, I would have been like, no, I can't do that. I can't make it. I could, I did, but I would have thought, no, I can't. Like mentally, if they told me it would take that long, I just don't know if I could have coped as well. And, so, you know, I know it's not easy. It's like I once went 2 years without a bed. And like if I had known I was gonna, when I left a certain situation, if I had known I was gonna suffer so much like I did, it would have been harder. It would have been harder to make myself do that. I needed to. I had to get out because I was gonna suffer more if I didn't. But but like I don't think knowing how much I was going to suffer, how long it was going to take, I don't think that really would have helped me in that moment. I had to believe, I had to focus on the good things. I had to focus like on the improvements I had. Like at least I felt more safe, like even though I didn't even have a real, like there were so many bad things, but I had to focus on the little things. I focused on the things that still were going right, and that's what helped me the most. Again, focus on what you can have. Focus on what you can have right now and focus on that gratitude. Like I would find the things I could have in that moment. I'm like, look at that beautiful sunrise. I'm alive to see that. I get to see that and it's beautiful. And same, or sunsets, whatever it was, like looking at the flowers around me, looking at Doesn't even have to be anything fancy, but just really take it in and really look at it and be like, it is beautiful. This world is beautiful. There's so many natural beauties, like beautiful, naturally beautiful things, natural wonders in the world, and all around us all the time. Like, really stop to notice the types of birds singing around you and just how many there are, and like how we just take that for granted. But it really, when it's silent and you don't hear any birds, you notice just how much they contribute to the overall vibe of things and just to our world, you know? We're used to having those around us all the time and we don't even really notice, but when you stop to notice those things, it's really beautiful, and it can help you to feel your connection to all that is around you, and that is beautiful and fulfilling. And there's so much good, even when it's hard, even when we don't have exactly, don't exactly have what we are hoping to have at the moment. There still is so much beauty. There is beauty to experience, even when it's really difficult and hard. And when you can focus on that, that gives you strength and helps you to get through, and it just helps everything get better. You start with that, and things will improve from there, and you can build on that, and eventually you will get through this period, and you will make it to the magic time. You will, or every time is a although again, there's so much magic around you in every little moment. That is the magic. Sometimes we focus so much on these big moments that we're looking forward to, and those are wonderful too, but there really is magic in the little moments. There really is so much around you all the time. And when you really notice that and you focus on that, it just I just think it makes everything better. And you'll notice like more and more magical things start happening to you and around you, and um, things start aligning more easily, and you enter flow states more easily. And anyway, gratitude excuse me, gratitude is really powerful. So, and again, I know sometimes it's really hard to be grateful if you don't have enough food to eat or something like that. It's really, really freaking hard. Like, some people would be like, how did you find gratitude when you had been like so, like, how did you go through things like that and feel gratitude? And I'm like, because I chose to. It was an act, in some ways it was an act of defiance, but it was an act of strength. I decided to. I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try, and I'm just going to see what happens. And it was hard, and it hurt, and it didn't feel good at first. Like, it felt, I was angry, rightfully so, because some bad things had happened, had been done to me by people that shouldn't have done that. And it's like, but I decided, if I just focus on this, it's nothing good is going to happen in my life. If I just stay on this path, if I just keep feeling angry, if I keep feeling this, if I let this consume me, then that's all I am. Then this is how it ends. And I'm like, is that who I really am? Or is there something more? Is there something more in me? And I was like, I'm going to try to dig for it, and I'm going to try to be it. And I'm going to try everything I can to get through this. And I'm not going to give up. And I would tell myself, like, at least for today, I'm not going to give up. Like, sometimes setting more like attainable goals can help. Like, instead of saying I'm not ever going to give up hope about the situation, you can just say, for today, I'm going to choose to keep that hope alive. That someday this good thing is going to happen. It is going to get better. And then you can try it again the next day, or be like, today I'm going to find one thing I can be grateful for, and I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to remind myself of it multiple times per day. I'm going to set my goal 3 times today. I'm going to think about this thing for at least, pick an amount of time, 30 seconds to a minute or something like that, or longer if you can. And I am going to like laser focus on this thing. And I'm going to tell myself how freaking happy I am that this exists. And I'm going to let it fill me up. I'm going to feel it in my heart space. I'm going to be like, you know, and focus on that, Like maybe uh it could be anything. I mean, it could be narwhals. I don't know, like just pick that. I really like narwhals. I did a reading a while ago, and it's funny because before that reading I wasn't as interested in narwhals, but after I channeled that letter, now I feel like I could almost be part of that collective. Like I wasn't at the time, but like I could almost see me writing that letter because I really I really like narwhals. I There's a creature called a narluga, guys. Okay, listen. It is one of God's most perfect creatures. I'm telling you. It is so it's a love child between a this exists, okay? Talk about magical things existing. There is a thing called a narluga. It is a narwhal and a beluga whale cross, okay? It is a love child of a beluga whale and a narwhal, okay? And it is I just I love beluga whales and I love narwhals, and I'm like, oh my god, how I just think a cross between the two is like, and it's called. I just love that. I love that word. I just love the name Narluga too. Like I just think it's so cute. Anyway, maybe it's that. Maybe you can focus on the Narluga. Learn everything you can about the Narluga. I don't know. Go see a Narluga or search for one. I don't know. Or a narwhal or something. I don't know. But like focus on something or just be like, my God, look at how cute that is. Like, and let that fill you up. Like get excited about it or whatever it is. Find something though and just try. That's my recommendation. Again, you have free will. It's your life. You can do whatever you want. But that's the recommendation coming through in the reading, and that's what really helped me. And or again, like the food you ate. If you're eating a meal and it doesn't taste disgusting to you, just know it can get really bad where you can't eat anything, and just be glad you can eat this thing, and that you're enjoying it. That's a blessing. That is a beautiful thing that not everyone gets to have. And we again, we overlook these things, we forget, and that is a disservice to ourselves. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but you are depriving yourself though, because when you can focus on these things and you do actually feel that gratitude, it feels good. It feels nice, and it really does feed you. It does something positive for you, it's for you. So, because sometimes we have like an association with gratitude, like people saying you should be grateful, so it doesn't really feel, it feels more like a chore, or it feels more like something you should do, like morally, like you're bad or something if you're not doing the gratitude. But it's not like that. It's not meant to be like that. It's meant to be something that feeds you and feels good. It's just like an acknowledgement of like, wow, I'm really glad I have this. And that feels good when you do actually notice and acknowledge just how good the things are around you. It feels good. It does fill you with joy, and it makes life easier. It makes the hard parts easier, and it attracts more good things into you. It really does. And yeah, and I know it's not always easy. Even now I fall behind on it sometimes. Sometimes I will have a crappy period of time and I will just be like, I am over it. And I will be getting angry about things and be like, I can't believe this is happening. Like sometimes even I will do that. Like and I've been practicing not doing that for a long time, and sometimes I will still fall into it. So I just want to say, like, we're all human, and again, there's no expectation that you have to do this, but if you can, it would probably contribute to you in a very beneficial way, and then if you fall off the wagon, you fall off the wagon. You get back on the wagon, when you can. That's all, Don't have to beat yourself up about it or feel bad about it. Just notice when you are off of it. Be like, okay, I fell off the wagon, or, I'm not in alignment. I'm not where I want to be. That's okay. But now we're going to try again. And then you just keep doing that. Keep doing that process. Balance is an active state. It always is an active state. no one is ever still, completely still when they're balancing, right? Like someone on a tightrope, they kind of, you might say they look still, but they're never still. That entire time, there are so many muscles firing in that person's body that entire time to keep them in that balanced state. So they're not still. They're not ever just, you know, still on one point. Like they are moving micro movements. They're moving in tiny ways to keep themselves looking like they're balanced in one place, but they're never actually completely in one place for hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Like, hopefully that image is making sense and you're the same way. um we're always going to be adjusting, you know. You're not ever going to be like getting everything perfectly right or like in like a complete perfect alignment state and like hold that state at all times. Again, you're always going to have to adjust, at least in little ways, and that's okay. I think the main goal is to get those adjustments smaller, you know, instead of like flailing our arms all over the place, you know, figuratively. Although sometimes it might be literal, but like instead of being like, oh, I'm trying to balance, like instead of it feeling like that, you're, again, the goal is to get like how you would be on a tightrope where you're just wobbling little bits, you know, and for the most part, you seem mostly still. And I think a lot of times in manifestation, the goal is to get into like a state where just, the state is just little wobbles and you're um, mostly where you want to be most of the time, if that makes sense. But again, there will always be adjustments, you know. Um, I think that, you know, that's natural. So again, it's about noticing, readjusting before it's more of a big deal, you know, before you're flailing. So I can't remember what I just said. So I hope this was helpful. This happens when I channel. It's like, oh, I feel like some good stuff came out. So like, I hope it did. Or I hope I don't have to do a lot of work in editing to this one. Probably not. I feel like I'm not going to, because I feel like this is one of those they're going to want me to get out right away. So it might just have to be imperfect and I'm just not going to do much to it, even if it's not. And just hopefully whoever it's for, it's going to make sense to. Okay, this is past life. So um did I know you once in another life? Yeah, okay. So I'm getting Oh What a World by Casey Musgraves. I've been getting that a lot in readings recently. There's a pick a card I've been trying to get done, and that was in there too in one of the groups. So there's some, you might have known this person in a past life, so that's like a confirmation. Maybe you're going to be lining up, you know, you're going to be meeting someone that you knew in a past life. Um, yeah, I've met more than one person that I knew in a past life, and um, a couple of them really were not great experiences. They weren't great people. They weren't great connections from a past life. They were like, it was more like kind of clearing, like a karma. It was like kind of rewriting, kind of like forgiving and kind of making peace with with past connections that were not great. It's kind of like closing out a cycle and like having a different outcome this time, and just like kind of I think having closure. But yeah, it's interesting. Like sometimes we meet people and it's not, at least for me, I've had dreams about people and met them when it wasn't necessarily like a great, what I would, you know, hope for out of a connection, but it was still significant and important in some way. So yeah, that can happen too. But so yeah, I don't know, maybe some of you here, like you did get readings or you did get signs or something about someone, or like maybe you felt like something was leading you to someone, and then the connection didn't work out or something, or you're like, well, this hurt me in the end, this wasn't good. So maybe now you've lost faith in these types of readings, or you're like this, or in the universe or something, like, oh, you know, none of this worked out, and this is all crap or something like that. And again, you can think whatever you want, but you're still here in this reading, so I'm thinking you're probably at least somewhat open to this, or you're just really hating on this. I don't know, but I feel like it's probably because you're open to that, because otherwise it's just a waste of your time if you're just gonna hate on it, you know, like just go somewhere where you're liking something, you know. But I feel like most of you, I actually feel like all of you here probably are interested in the message. You are open to this. Maybe you just didn't understand why that happened. I've had that happen where I was like, whoa, I thought you were giving me a lot of signs and like lining me up with this person. And then I know this was not someone I was supposed to stay with, or like it fell apart, or, you know, this was a bad connection. This person treated me badly. And like now you're telling me, yeah, move away from this person. I'm like, then why'd you bring me together with them in the first place? Because you were giving me all these signs. I've had that happen. But again, I found out later it was like a past life. There was like a karmic, there was like something that needed to be balanced energetically. Um, it's like it was destined to happen, or there was like a soul contract, but it was not meant to be something that lasted life, you know, lifelong. And it wasn't meant to be something that, uh, you know, like it had a painful, it was, it wasn't like, um, well, some of them were kind of awful, but it was like, it wasn't good. You know, it was like, well, this wasn't what I wanted. This was disappointing. This was not what I ultimately was looking for in a connection. You know, like this was not what I hoped it would be. And it's like sometimes that does happen, and the universe will it will bring you together with these people because you do have a soul contract with them. It's like you are meant to get something out of this connection. You are either meant to grow, learn something about yourself, develop something about yourself. Sometimes we have horrible connections that actually awaken us to our own power, or they get us to finally take our self care and our self love seriously. Or sometimes um, it will be to hurt us. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes spiritual awakenings can be triggered by very painful experiences. And there are other ways that that can happen. It doesn't just have to happen, it doesn't only come from pain. But that is one way that a spiritual awakening can happen, can be triggered, you know, can start, is through something very painful, like an abusive relationship or something like that. Sometimes we actually have a contract with someone to cause us pain. As crazy as that can sound sometimes, because it's like it's going to help get us into alignment, essentially. Like eventually, it actually leads to um, a place that we might not have gotten to otherwise. Um, if you don't want to look at it that way, that's valid. But this is just what I have learned. This is my perspective on things at this point, at least in time. So just take from that what feels beneficial to you. If you don't want to accept that, you don't have to. Again, all of these readings are just offerings. They're suggestions. They are things that you can take or leave, you know, or take bits of this that work for, that contribute something to you, and then just leave the rest, you know, that doesn't feel like it's right for you, at least not at this time, you know. Because I know that can be really difficult to think, you know, to see things from that perspective when you're still in a lot of pain. But sometimes, yeah, basically, I just wanted you to know that, like, just because you weren't led on a wild goose chase, it's like you were meant. If you were getting signs about a connection, but it didn't last long term, or it didn't end well, or whatever it was, it's like it was still meant to occur. You were led in that direction for a reason, and it was important for you. And you might not even understand fully why now. Like, it might become more clear later. But I am getting, for a lot of you here, it might have had something to do with an awakening or something. Or it could have just been like a past life pattern repeating. And maybe you needed to do something differently this time, or like heal something, or like complete it in a different way so that it didn't repeat again, or it's like there was some sort of karmic, again, it was some sort of past pattern repeating again, and you had to go through that connection with that person or that experience and have like a different outcome than what you did before, so that there could be like peace, or closure or healing or something to both of your souls. It could have been something like that. There's all kinds of different reasons why certain things can happen, but um, just know it doesn't mean that you don't have a long term connection out there. It doesn't mean your magical connection or your magical, the one, it doesn't mean it won't happen for you. It just means it wasn't that person, even though you were led in that direction. And I know sometimes that's upsetting because we're like, well, I feel like I don't want to trust again. I don't want to get excited about something again because maybe it'll just be like the same thing that was, because I was led in that direction too. Well, yes, sometimes that can happen, but if you are led to it, there is a reason and it is meant to happen. And even if you're afraid it's going to hurt again, it's like you still did get something out of the other one. And that's just life sometimes, Um, when we're going on a journey like this, sometimes there are other things that we do need to go through that aren't the most enjoyable in order to then get to the enjoyable parts, get to the place where we can then have those connections we're really looking forward to. Um, anyway, hopefully that's helpful. We have music. I'm hearing the sound of music. Um, Maybe some of you were just listening to a song from The Sound of Music, or you were just watching The Sound of Music. The hills. I'm not singing it right. Um, the... I can never get. I always feel like I'm not getting the key right. Or maybe you just watched something with Julie Andrews in it. Or maybe there's like a thumbnail around this video or something that has Julie Andrews in it. Why can't I don't know. The other day I couldn't say spirituality right. And today it seems to be Julie Andrews that I can't get right. I don't know what that is, but the hills are alive. I can't do it. Why am I trying still? Because I want to. Maybe you should just try to sing something. Like that could be part of the message too, or maybe you just were singing something. And then maybe you stopped yourself because you're like, it doesn't sound very good. And I'm getting like, maybe you're supposed to sing anyway. Like sing even if it doesn't sound that great, because I'm getting, it might be good for you to just express yourself in that way. And it can uplift you, and it can be, it's just nice. It doesn't have to sound that great. Um, the hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they've sung for 1,000 years. I can't remember all of it, but like I'm also getting, maybe it won't start out sounding that great, but then maybe it will get better. Um, I'm just getting, if you feel like singing, sing, sing it. Don't hold yourself back. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's something about that, or something about some musical though. Maybe you were, again, maybe you're watching a musical, listening to a soundtrack from a musical, or maybe you were just in a musical. I don't know, but I'm just getting, or maybe you were thinking of trying out for one, or doing something with a musical, and I'm getting, yeah, if you feel, hey, maybe that's one of your passions. Maybe that's one thing that you might want to focus on while you're waiting for whatever connection to manifest. Like that might be something fun you could do, and you might even meet some people through that, or meet your person through that. I don't know. So for some of you, if you were feeling that, something to do with singing or musicals or plays or something, like go for that. Like go ahead and let your do something. Do something fun. Do something that feeds you, um, brings you passion and excitement. Okay, we have the letter W. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the bird that flies from the lake to the trees. To
Laugh like the brook as it drips and falls.
I can't remember the words.
Sing through the night like a lark that is learning to something.
I can't remember. I don't know. I'll quit torturing you, and we'll just move on. Ow, my hand. Oh shit. Oh, that looks bad. I did not realize I was doing that to my hand. I'm so sorry. Oh, that looks bad. It's like my hand is all bruised and like it looks terrible. Like it was all like smooshed against my dress and it's and there was a lot of pressure on it from this thing and I didn't realize just how much pressure that was putting. I do this when I read. I gotta pay attention to my body. It's so hard. Like I just lose contact because I'm so like in the message that I forget I have one for a second and it's I don't know, but things that I really should feel. It's like, well, okay, you are injuring yourself. I don't. I gotta work on that. I don't know how to, honestly, though. That's one of those things that's so hard. Like, because I'm so focused on the one thing and like I'm in that energy and like I forget I just don't feel. Sometimes I don't feel everything that's going on with my body or the sensations are different. So it's like, anyway, all right. Maybe some of you can relate or maybe you struggle with that in general, like maybe you're neurodivergent or something and you struggle with I forget what the official word for it is. Is it proprioception or no, I don't think that's it, but maybe you do struggle with that too, but I can't remember if that's the word for it. But it's like you struggle with I don't think that is the right word. I don't think that's the word I was looking for, but you might struggle with that. But it's like you struggle to basically you might struggle to like remember to eat or drink or things like that because you lose it's hard for you to stay in contact with your body's signals, like read your body's signals and remember to like notice your body's signals like thirst and hunger and things like that. So you might struggle with that. Okay. So this would be like a confirmation for you that you're connected to this group. Okay, we have Australia. So you might be from Australia. I just zoned out. You might be from Australia, or maybe this person might be, or maybe you want to go on a trip to Australia or somewhere around Australia. Um, like maybe an island or something. Or maybe New Zealand, because I was thinking New Zealand and then the Z popped out, so maybe that might be a place you might want to go to. Purchase? Again, probably can't think of it. Anyway, it says purchase. Maybe you're making a purchase. Like if you were making a purchase, now we're getting confirmations. Maybe you just made a purchase while you were watching this reading, like while you were listening or something. I'm also getting something about the movie while you were sleeping. So for some of you, that could somehow be a sign or synchronicity, or maybe you're gonna meet. I doubt you're gonna meet your person in the way they did in that movie, but there might be something where it is kind of like a rom-com sort of a situation for you, or again it's going to be something magical, something unusual, or something, it's going to be a really interesting story, a really romantic story, or something that some people might not even believe later, or they might, but it's like it's going to be a rare like really cute, like there might be a really cute way that you meet, or really, again, like really unique or really magical or really different, I don't know, but something about how you meet, because in that movie she like well, maybe you should just go watch the movie. I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it yet, but that's a cute one. It has Sandra Bullock in it, and anyway, it's a nice like classic rom-com. Um and it's like cute. It's I think I remember it being heartwarming, so and it's funny and it's got all the good stuff. Um yeah, but maybe you were just making a purchase or thinking of making a purchase. So that would be like a sign or a confirmation that you are, this is definitely a reading for you. You're definitely connected to this reading, to this collective that I'm reading for. Okay. Although I really feel like if you found your way here, if this reading found you, if you were drawn to this reading, you don't even need the confirmations. I believe that you're here for a reason, and if you want to claim it, you should. But sometimes it's just nice to have the extra. It's kind of the extra magical, and it's nice to have the extra confirmation that yes, you really are connected to this. All right, we got plant. Oh, I guess if I just held it up closer. Sorry, I guess I probably should have done that with the other ones. Okay, anyway, plant. Maybe you were just doing something with a plant, watering a plant, pruning a plant, thinking about getting a new plant, looking at your plants, planting seeds or something like that. Or you're just around a bunch of plants right now, like in a garden or something, then that would be a confirmation for you. Okay. We have Libra. So some of you could be a, I don't know, hopefully that did show up. We've got Libra. You could be a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or your person could be. And we have Cancer. So you could be Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or your person could be. Ow, my hip is hurting all of a sudden. Some of you might have some sort of hip pain right now. Why is that hurting? I feel like that means something. Maybe you do have some sort of hip pain right now for someone here. Or you've been like working on your posture. That's one of the reasons why I have this backdrop today, because I'm like trying to make myself sit up straight, because I have been hurting my back recently doing some of these readings, because I have been like sitting on my bed, and then I'll get in a position where I'm slouching and hunching a bunch, and even when I'm in my chair I do that. So I'm like, I'm gonna sit in a position where I have to like push, not push like really hard, but like press my back up against a like hard surface, and I'm gonna keep it there. Like I'm going to try to be mindful about my posture. I used to have great posture. I used to have excellent posture like all the time. People thought that I was well, some people thought it was weird, honestly, that like I didn't slouch more, but it was good for me. Like I didn't have any like upper back problems for a long time, and then at some point I started slouching because someone made me feel like insecure about, they're like, why are you always so stiff, and like you look so weird like having perfect posture all the time. And so then I started slouching to like fit in more, and then I started getting back problems and having issues. Anyway, being a teenager. Anyway, point is though, I'm trying to get back to having better posture, because it really is doing me no favors. It has not done me, the slouching has not done me any favors in life. So, and especially recently, I've been really hurting. So that's why I'm like using this. But sorry, I'm just going on and on about it now. Maybe you've been working on your posture though. Actually, I feel like I went on about that because I was supposed to get to the point where I could figure out that yes, maybe some of you have been working on your posture, trying to slouch less, or you've been trying to do something else to help your back pain. For some of you, that would be confirmation. Love. So yeah, I feel like that's a comfort. I think it's clear that this is a love reading. But also there's passed on loved ones here though. I feel like someone's passed on loved one is sending their love, and also letting you know, if you felt like they were around you recently, if you felt like you had a passed on loved one around you that was trying to send you a message or just let you know they're with you, they love you and all that, then this would be a confirmation for you that yes, they have been doing that. or maybe they're going to like send you some signs, something like that. So, yeah. I actually did a reading like that and I forgot about it. It was another one that I like lost contact with, or I like lost it and I found it again last night. I'm like, oh, I have to edit this. And there was something about a passed on loved one in that one. So I feel like I'm getting like kind of nudged, like you have to get this out. I've been trying to get the pick a card edited and I've been trying to get all these other ones that I found edited and trying to get them up. And I know I'm just, anyway, maybe some of you have been very busy recently too and feeling kind of chaotic. We have letter V. You are so beautiful to me. I don't know why that song is. Maybe that is a significant song, or it will be to your connection, or this person just. I don't know. Like maybe this person might even sing this to you, or I don't know. But I'm getting. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. But this person thinks you're very beautiful. Again, they're very attracted to you. But I'm getting. They think you're beautiful inside and out. You know. Again, this is a soul connection. This is a beautiful. Yeah, this is a beautiful connection. It's going to be a magical connection. We've got date. So again, some of you might be going on a date with this. Some of you might already have a date with this person, or you already went on a date with this person, or you're going to go on a date with this person very soon. So this would be like a confirmation for you that this is, this might be someone you already set a, again, are going on a date with, or I'm getting it would be new though. I'm feeling like this would be someone maybe you had like one date with, or like a couple dates with. It doesn't feel like someone you dated in the past. This feels like a new, again, we're talking about like a new manifestation. At least that's what it feels like for most of you. It feels like someone you haven't dated before, but just take what resonates, but that's what it feels like. But maybe it's just like someone you're going to go on a date with soon. And again, not every single detail here has to be your sign. So, that doesn't have to be the case for you if there's no one around you yet. Again, I was getting during the message that for some of you, this could still be a little ways off, but excuse me. So that might not be everybody's message, but I feel like that is supposed to be a confirmation for somebody. So, okay. We have animals, animal sign. I heard stegosaurus or some sort of dinosaur. So I don't know. Maybe there is that specific animal is around you, or that's significant to you somehow, or to your connection. Or maybe you're going to go to a museum and you're going to see that dinosaur, or you're going to like a museum that has dinosaurs, or some place that has dinosaurs. Something about dinosaurs though is important to someone here. Somehow that's meant to be a sign for you. Or something about crocodiles, or some sort of animal that looks prehistoric or is ancient, like is very, very, something like that though is significant. And my lights are flickering a little bit, so that could be a sign or a synchronicity for some of you. Maybe your lights flicker when you are connecting with your person, or like when you're about to meet them or something. Maybe the lights will flicker, or like when they're about to contact you or something like that. You might notice the lights are flickering, or like when they think about you, when you connect with them, something like that. Okay, self-care / love. You might be doing some sort of self-care right now, like brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, washing your hands, taking a shower, painting your nails, whatever it is, but you might be doing some sort of self-care, brushing your teeth. I don't remember if I said that, but anyway. Oh yeah, and I meant to say with the animal sign, could be any sort of animal sign that you might get during this reading. Like if something strange happened with an animal, or like your, could even be like your pet did something different that they don't usually do, that could be like a sign for you. Someone mentioned to me once, I think they told me that their pet was sitting on their lap, and that was like a rare thing that didn't usually happen during the reading. So that was like a sign for them. That was a confirmation. So for some of you, maybe it's something like that, where like your cat doesn't usually sit in your lap, but decided to do that during this reading. So that would be a sign for you. Or they did something else strange that they don't usually do. Or maybe you saw a squirrel do something weird in your yard, or you felt, or it was like staring at you through the window, and you're like, I feel kind of like maybe this is some sort of message or something. I'm not sure what's going on. Or like a bird did that, or you heard a bird singing really loudly, like right outside your window or on your balcony or something, and that doesn't usually happen, and you're like, okay, does this mean something? I'm getting, yeah, that would be a sign. And the fact that you got that sign during this reading is a sign that you're connected to this reading, if that makes sense. All right. I did not flash the camera when I did that, did I? Editing Kaylee, please check. Make sure I did not just flash the camera when I did that, okay? Yeah. That would be a very me thing to do. Dresses are always we're not going to talk about it. Okay, we've got wardrobe malfunctions have been a constant problem in my life. I'm probably going to cut this out. Okay. Travel/trip. Maybe you've been planning some sort of trip. If you were like planning to travel, or you were just watching a traveling show, or like you see a thumbnail around here for some sort of travel vlog, or something to do with a trip, or then that could be a confirmation for you. Or maybe you were, whoa, okay, my lights are really flickering. That is weird. Okay, anyway, I don't know if you can tell on camera, like sometimes it shows up and sometimes it doesn't, but it's happening. It's like two out of my 3 lights. First it was just the one light, and now it's not an electrical thing in my house either, because it's just sometimes this happens. So anyway, what was I saying? Right, something about a traveling or a trip. Maybe you were just doing a vision board. Maybe you were even making a vision board right now, or doing something on Pinterest or something. Something having to do with a trip. Or you were just thinking of doing that. Maybe you've been doing that recently, making a vision board of like a trip that you want to take, or actually planning to go on a trip. Or maybe you are traveling right now. Some of you might be traveling, might be something small, like you're traveling, maybe you're just driving in a car right now to and from the grocery store or something. Or maybe you are, so that could be like a trip, or you, maybe you are traveling right now. Could be the case for some of you. Whoa. No, that's not. I thought it was one, but it's not. All right, I don't know. I think that was it. I kept hearing look. Look. Maybe some of you are supposed to look at something. Look somewhere. So look, or we're. Oh, okay. Yeah. I just saw the letter L. Like when I looked down, like it was sitting. Okay, so that, and I heard Luke, so. Okay, you know what? Maybe I am supposed to look at that thing on the. Hang on. Just in case they weren't talking. No, it's not. It's not anything. It's just like some weird sort of There's something on my floor that kind of looks like a pencil shaving, and I don't actually know what it is. Maybe someone was just, maybe I'm supposed to, maybe you were just sharpening a pencil. For some of you, you were just sharpening a pencil, and this would be like a sign or confirmation for you if you were just doing that. Okay. Future spouse. I'm just getting like this. This could be your future. This reading could be talking about this could be your future spouse, like the person that you're interested in or that's about to tell you they have a crush on you, or whoever this reading is about. That's just a confirmation that there's a really good chance that this could be your future spouse. So yeah, and also I heard don't forget deodorant. So maybe, and I had the self-care thing coming out. Oh my gosh, maybe some of you are literally putting on deodorant right now. That would be a really strong confirmation. Or like maybe you were gonna forget, or sometimes you forget or something. I don't know, but I was just getting like don't forget. Someone's spirit guide's like don't forget deodorant. So maybe you're like, yeah, maybe you're doing a self-care routine and they thought you were gonna forget it, or like there's something about you might forget one arm or something. Like I don't know if you're rushing, or I don't know what that would be like, but maybe you forgot to put it on one armpit. Like maybe you only did one side and you got distracted. I don't know what hey, you know what? We've all, sometimes stuff happens, okay? I'm not judging or anything. I'm just saying maybe that might happen. So you might want to pay attention, or like maybe you already did, or and they're saying go back, like make sure you got both sides or something. I don't know. Or again, like just make sure you don't forget it, or I don't know, but there's something about that, okay? We have Taurus. So you could be a Taurus sun, moon, or rising, or your person, this person could be. And we have, right, here's the letter L. Okay. And the number 7, which at first I did think was an L, but no, it's a number 7. So the month of July could be significant, or the 7th of any month could be someone's birthday, or someone's, like someone's birthday or someone's birth month could be the 7th or in July. Were there any other numbers? I think this is the only number. All right. Oh, my lip gloss is gone. I feel naked. It's like, that's how long. Oh my God, it's almost 2 hours again. I gotta stop with this. Okay, we're gonna get a couple more confirmations and then that's it. Oh, it did go. Okay. That one did too. All right, these are the last ones though. Oh. All right. Okay. Okay. Anyway, letter Y. And the number 1. So the first of any month, or the month of January, could be significant. Again, could be someone's birthday, could be the first of a month or in January. And we have, I'll go over the numbers and letters again in a second. And we have the number, no, I was so close. I almost got through reading without doing it. The letter U. I do this all the time. I'll be like the letter and then say a number, or I'll say the number and then say a letter. Anyway, it's not the number U. It is the letter U. Oh well. Anyway, it is. You know what? Actually, I think I did better at that recently. I think I was doing pretty well for a second there. Oh well. Maybe that's actually confirmation. Maybe some of you do that. If you do that, or your person does that, that would be like a confirmation for you, maybe. Okay. Number 1. This song comes through so much. I'm getting that song. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than any one that you adore can love. Is all that I can give to you. Okay, anyway. And I'm thinking about, for some reason, I'm getting there was another reading that I just did that had something to do with the Parent Trap, and I'm getting it again. For some reason, I'm getting that movie, so maybe that's significant for someone, but I'm getting like the beginning scene. I think this song was playing in the beginning scene of that movie. I'm pretty sure. I think it was. I think it was like the scene where their parents get married on, I think it's the Queenie 2, the Queen Elizabeth 2. It's an ocean liner. You can still go on that, actually. Like, that's still a ship you can take. So I don't know. Maybe there's something about that for somebody, or there's something about the Parent Trap, or there's something about, maybe some of you are going to meet them on a ship. I don't know. Right now seems like kind of a scary time to go on a ship with everything going on with the whole, you know, hantavirus crisis and all that stuff going on. Which, by the way, I really do feel like, I mean, I don't want to, like, knock on wood, but I didn't get any major like visitations or readings or anything about this spreading all over the world. They should be able to contain this. I know that they have been like kind of like constantly covering it and almost making it seem like it's more of a crisis than it honestly should be. But in case it helps anybody feel better, I mean, there's no guarantees, but I did receive a lot of guidance before COVID hit. So I knew that was coming. And I haven't gotten anything like that with this. So, like, some people are like, oh my God, it's happening again. It's not supposed to be like this. So, if it does happen like this, I would be suspicious about what's actually going on, because this isn't supposed to be, for what it's worth, it's not supposed to be another sort of COVID situation from what I've been told. And so, anyway, I don't think it's going to be, they should be able to contain it. Should being the, but they should be able to. If they don't, again, it's because, um, but they should be able to. And it's definitely not the same type of situation as before, because it's like by the time we knew it was a problem, it had already spread everywhere, And with this, it was contained for the most part to one space, even though people are flying back to their home countries. It doesn't spread. This type of disease isn't, now it does spread more easily than they are saying, than a lot of professionals are saying it spreads. Like it does, this particular strain, the Andes strain, from what I have heard, people who've actually read the actual study we have from when it spread before, it spread at like I think it was a birthday party. And there were people that did not have direct face-to-face contact with the person that was sick, and they still caught it. They were like at a different table. So it does spread through the air. It's not like, because some people are saying you have to have really close, prolonged, like really close contact to get it. No, that's not true. With this strain, what we've seen before, at least from the study that was done on the one outbreak where there was, transmission between different people at the same event, there were people, they did not have direct physical contact with the person that was infected, and they still caught it. So it can spread. It does seem like it spreads through the air, or it spreads more easily than some people are saying it does, but it's not something that spreads as easily as something like COVID, So it's like there is some risk there. It's not like, like it could be a risk, but it's lower than the other thing, and it is something that where it was like it's a relatively contained situation. It's not like people have already, like with COVID, people had already caught it and like spread it all over the world before we really realized what was happening. So it was already everywhere, by the time we realized. With this thing, it's more like of a smaller pool of people to begin with, and we're watching it, and they're trying to watch everybody. So as long as everybody does their jobs remotely well, it should be okay. Or at least it's not going to spread quite like the other thing. Is at least that's what I was getting. Again, I'm not a professional. I don't know everything, but this is just what I've heard that seems like the more credible um, information that I've been getting. And anyway, this is what I'm getting. So if that helps anybody feel better, because maybe some people here were feeling nervous about that, and that's why this came up. Again, I'm not a medical professional. This isn't medical advice, but this is what I am getting from this, and this is what I've heard from medical professionals. So the one guy I was listening to, he's a Harvard professor, I think, or he graduated from Harvard at least, but I think he still is at Harvard. I can't remember. Maybe I'll have to go check. But anyway, point is, and I had already read about this strain before, actually years ago, because I was nervous about it because, you know, where I live, there are mice that do carry that, not the transmissible between humans kind. There's only one strain of hantavirus that is transmissible between humans, and that is what this strain is, the Andes strain. The other ones don't pass between humans, only from like mice to humans, or I'm not sure if there are other animals that can carry it too, but I think it's usually mice. Like usually if you inhale droplets of urine through the air, that's usually how it's transmitted, I think. So I was reading about this years ago, and I do remember vaguely reading something about the Andes strain, but I'm like, okay, it's not here, so I wasn't as concerned about it. But anyway, point is, it's probably, again, knock on wood, but it's probably okay. Or at least it's not going to be as bad as that thing was. It's not going to be something that like, or shouldn't be something that tears like the whole world apart, you know? And I just went off on a rant I did not need to go off on, probably. But anyway, all right, I'm going to go back over the letters again. I don't know how much of that I'm going to cut out. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, all right. So again, just to recap, we have the letter L, the letter U, the letter V, the number 1, the number 7. Wait, was there another? I guess not. I guess these are the only 2 numbers. Hang on, wait. Okay. The letter L, the letter U, the letter V, the letter Q, the letter Z, W, S, Y, T, 1, and 7. So 1771 could be someone's birth year, or someone's age, or the 17th of a month, the 7th, the 1st. You know, I think I already went over that. Specifically, we have January 7th or July 1st, but it doesn't have to be those specific dates. Okay. Well, that is what I've got for you guys. I hope this helped in some way, or I hope you got something out of this reading. Hope you enjoyed it or something. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. And I'm sending you all tons of love, and I'm so happy that this found you and that this is going to happen for you, and that you are going to have a magical connection with someone, at least one someone, maybe multiple different types of magical connections. But yeah, good things are coming your way. And send you guys lots of love. And hopefully I'll see you again sometime soon. If you'd like to see more readings from me and you are not already subscribed, feel free to subscribe, so you won't miss any more of my readings. And it would be nice to have you here because I really like this energy. So yeah, anyway, thank you again. I feel like I'm missing something, but I probably am not. Okay, I'm just going to go now. Thank you so much. I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.